What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss a really exciting upcoming bantamweight matchup, but before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly and help the channel grow. Alright guys, this Saturday we got Merab Dvalishvili taking on Henry Cejudo, UFC 298 in the bantamweight division on the pay-per-view main card in a fight that's like super high stakes, right? We got Merab, who's like riding like a 9-fight win streak, beating guys like Peter Yan, Jose Aldo, finishing Marlon Moraes, beating guys like Cody Stamen, John Dodson, Casey Kenny, Brad Katona. I mean, he's gone out there and has just put on a pace that nobody can really keep up with. He's only got one finish in all those fights, but that's not the story with this guy. He's exciting as ever. He doesn't stop going. I forgot how many takedowns he threw on Peter Yan, but it's like he doesn't care if he doesn't land the first takedown or the first 10 or the first 15 takedowns. He's going to land it once. He's going to break you eventually, especially when you don't have the wrestling ability or the pressure, cardio, strength that he is able to carry at their weight class. I think his size, his leverage that he's able to get on these guys, he's just on a different level. I mean, he is the machine. It's Merab. He's just a different fucking guy. But going against Henry Cejudo, right? The former 125, 135 champion, former gold Olympic medalist in wrestling, can match that possibly, right? But I think here has a lot to do with timing, right? If this fight would have happened 3 years ago or like 4 years ago, Henry wins this fight. But the Henry of now, who hasn't been active, who has had only the one fight in the last like 3-4 years after his brief retirement, which to me I think has been one of the biggest mistakes that he has made. He's admitted, he's already come out and said that he did it as like a power play towards the UFC where he was trying to get more money. But in the end of the process, he ended up kind of screwing himself because he thought he was worth more than what the UFC was like, no, like, we don't think you're worth that. We're not going to pay you that. Sorry. Like, and that's how the UFC is too. Like, if you're not really drawing in these crazy Conor McGregor numbers that only Conor McGregor can do, you're not really going to have all that crazy leverage. And I think that it ruined a couple years, the end of his prime. He came back against Aljamain where he didn't look horrible, but he didn't look sharp. He didn't look like he had been in the training room all that much. And ring rust is a real thing with a lot of these athletes when it comes to being out there and knowing the feel. And, you know, like Sean Strickland's like the perfect example where he's always sparring, always sparring all the time. He's got that feel to him, that fight feel, understanding his reach, understanding his reads and his timing and all of that. If you're not out there doing that on an extremely regular basis, especially if you're not actually out there performing, ring rust is a very real thing. And that is going to be Henry's biggest hurdle, especially again, where it's been almost a year since he's fought again, when he was already, I think, 35, 36, when he fought Aljamain. So in this fight, I think that you have a Henry who's past his prime a little bit, who hasn't been active, been more of a coach, going against a guy who has been extremely active, extremely successful, training with the best guys in the world, who can match his wrestling ability, who can match Henry's pace. So I really think timing is everything when it comes to this fight, because I think this fight happened a couple years ago. I think Henry takes it no matter what. But I think this Saturday, I think that Merab, I don't see it being like a great fight. I see a lot of takedowns. I see a lot of fighting against the cage, in the clinch, things like that. I see that happening a lot. I just don't see Henry being super sharp out there. And he had the whole cringe thing with his coach. He fired his coach publicly, and then he just came out today saying, oh no, like, we're still together. So like, was that just a weird cringe thing to get people to start talking? It was just, what are you doing, dude? I don't know. He really is the king of cringe, I guess. But nonetheless, I got Merab, I think. I just think that he's just in his prime. Confidence, athleticism, activity. I think those are all his attributes going into this fight, and I think that he can match everything that Henry's bringing to the table. As to where Henry as well used to be a 125er, 5'4". I think Merab's going to have that size, too, that's going to make it harder for Henry to get him to the ground. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you guys think that Merab is going to get the victory, or do you guys think that Henry Cejudo is going to pull it off? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly to help the channel grow. That's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.